Yo, Geminis, what's good with y'all? We about to do a reading to give you some advice on a particular topic at hand. If it don't apply, let it fly, of course. For those of you trying to reach out to me and contact me, I do have a link on my link tree that can bring you to where you can make an appointment with me and we can discuss what type of reading you want. We might be able to customize it, whatever the case may be. I only have like about 2 types of readings up there right now, but they're not directly related to tarot. So that's what I'm saying. If anything, I do astrology readings and all kind of readings. So make an appointment and we can make that happen. I do have it set up so I communicate via Google Meet, but if you don't want to do a face-to-face, that's fine. I understand. We can also do the telephone. If you don't have Google Meet, I can adapt and we can do Zoom. So, there will be options there, but you can contact me. I'm going to be revising the links to make it more organized, I guess you could say. I got links to different stuff that I'm into and all of that. So, just if you want to get acquainted with me on other levels too, there'll be links on my channel page, all right? But other than that, let's get to this reading. You know what I'm saying? I cuss, but I don't curse. I just want to make that clear. You heard? And let's get to it. So, slice and dice this deck. That card wanted to jump out. It was Pentacles related, I'm just saying. But, let's go. The concern at hand is this. The Magician. It's my favorite card, y'all, if I haven't said that already. But I'm getting that. Well, first of all, you're probably getting a nudge to talk, which is right up your alley, right? So it's like, what's new? Okay, what's new? I'm a Gemini. What are you saying? I'm going to talk regardless. And my thing is this, right? You may get the nudge that your talking is going to put you over in whatever it is that you're drumming up right now, whatever it is that you're creating or thinking to create. Communicating it is going to benefit you. So there are times when people say, oh, don't tell people your dreams, don't tell people what you're doing, because it's a way of sabotaging it, and people will give you the evil eye and ruin your plans. There is a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, you do need a community of people or a circle of people that you can communicate your ideas with and connect with them, because they will assist you in giving sound advice. They will perhaps provide. They might be one of the tools I'm getting, Gemini, that is on this table for the Magician card. There is a sword there. So it might not just be you communicating. You're going to be communicating to someone is what I'm feeling. And we're not 100% sure that it's going to be you doing the communicating yet. But I will say this, that whatever next cards are about to come out, pause. It's going to be relative to communicating in some type of way. And should you engage, you have the opportunity to show the gift of gab, of speech. Now, that's not saying that Gemini energy is always, how should I say it, cooperative. Sometimes it comes out in a way that is so new and sometimes sounding like devil's advocate, sometimes divisive, the two sides. The duality comes out to where people may not be able to know where they stand with you, because it may seem like this is something that is instigated, and this is something that's drummed up to get the people riled up. You know what I'm saying? To where they want to know what the true intention of it is. But I think as long as you have the idea in your mind, then that's what's most important. Although that does sound deceptive. Just keeping it a bean, right? So let's look at the obstacle that's relative to this, because we're going to get more clarity. We got the Star card, 2 major arcanas out here. Let's talk about it. Um, whatever it is that's being communicated. And again, we don't know if someone's going to be communicating to you yet or if you're going to be communicating to others. But whatever it is, it's like on a world stage. It's expansive. It's a topic that a lot of people will be able to tap into, chime in on, give their opinions. And it's going to be the type of conversation that's going to inspire people. It's also going to bring a type of calm over them that says, you know what? We can make something happen because it's knowledge based. We're just basically transferring knowledge from one to another in a way that we can find some type of common ground that unites us. This is futuristic, forward thinking type of communication. This is actually allowing people to be individuals in this conversation without having them choose sides. So you remember I said with the magician card, this might be a divisive, concept or a type of technique of speech. Not so. It's not going to do that. So it's not going to be the, I guess you can say, the most challenging aspect of Gemini communication. It's going to be more of an open-minded Gemini communication, which is also attached to Gemini. Very open-minded, very, well, let's learn, let's figure this out type thing. Very open-ended. So that allows people to be themselves in this. And I see abundance, but not necessarily in the form of money. You remember I said the Pentacles card tried to like hop out while during the shuffle, and I think that was just maybe a little peekaboo, just to say, you know, don't let this get in the way. You see, I didn't take that card. I kept shuffling and then cut the deck. So it's like, I think maybe don't let the money get in the way of this, because this is more like abundance in the way of bringing an abundance of hope, an abundance of healing. People are going to be able to heal themselves and rejuvenate themselves. This is probably more along the lines of maybe a law that has been passed that has really hurt people at large. Maybe it's going to get overturned, or maybe there's some type of appeal and somewhere along the lines of that. Very expansive, and it's going to put an end to an old way of thinking and produce a new way of socializing with each other, treating each other with human dignity, I'm feeling. But it's interesting because this is the obstacle card. So why is this an obstacle? It probably brings me right back to the magician card and say, well, it's supposed to be divisive, isn't it? There's supposed to be a red and blue side. There's supposed to be a choose side option. And I think that's what this is. This obstacle is that this is disrupting the status quo of the Hegelian dialect. And it's like, nah, man, you fucking up the source when you do this shit, Gemini. You're supposed to have people at war with each other. What are you doing? That's the game. And you're like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, enough is enough, B. Like, come on, man. The cat's out of the bag. Like, knock it the fuck off. We bringing this new age shit in, whether you like it or not, you know? And that's the obstacle that you're facing, Gemini. The status quo is, they're not going to be in line with this. So what's the action recommended due to this? The Queen of Swords in reverse. Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. So when I see this card drawn in this type of way, it's more Aquarius energy. It's more Uranus energy. These people in these seats that are going to be rattled by what it is that you in this group of people have to say. And again, you may be in the shadows with this, Gemini, meaning I'm not seeing that you, man, how do I say this? Hold on, give me a moment. And this is so widespread that they're not going to be able to just out you as a culprit. So this is what I'm saying. You might be in the shadows. You might be in the mix of this. You know what I'm saying? They might not know where exactly it's coming from, and you may not be the leader of this, but you're involved somehow to the point where they can't just point the finger at you and single you out, which is helpful, I'm seeing in this reading. What's going to happen, though, is you might see a smear campaign against what it is that you and this collective have going on in the social world. And who better than the Queen of Wands to start something in a communicative type of way that says, oh, nah, they can't do that. And then, they might try to bring up some dirt from people's past, or if it's a law, like I said, something that's more widespread, is going to be like, oh, well, the people at large suffered because of this type of behavior. Or I want to look for an example, but I think that might dilute the message. I want this to feel as new and airy and have as much potential as it possibly can have. And I think if I use an example, this is just going to narrow that. You know what I'm saying? But they expect some type of smear campaign or a counterintelligence of some sort to try to neutralize what it is that the collective is going to have going on. This is still kind of vague, right? Because we can't really narrow it and pinpoint down. All we can know is that it has something to do with communication, it's expansive, and it may have something to do with the law. What's the outcome of this? The High Priestess. 3 major arcanas. So a lot of this is set into motion. This is inevitable. This is going to happen. And the High Priestess is really going to have a major influence and impact of how this all turns out. There's going to be mystery in the air, so that people are not going to be able to predict. And there's 2 Aquarius cards out here anyway, so they're not going to be able to predict the outcome of this. Is going to be in Spirit's hand. So they're going to say there's going to be things like the act of God is going to be interjected into this expansive thought process that the collective is having, but it's going to bring stability to people who are involved. Like, remember I said with the Star card, it's going to bring healing. It's going to bring hope to people on an individual level, on a micromanaged level, but it's going to be under such a huge umbrella that it's going to be collective. And once the spirit gets involved, High Priestess is going to be spiritually woven amongst the collective, which is dope. This sounds beautiful to me. A lot of the answers or the guidance is going to be in spirituality. So things that are concrete and rigid or, enforced on people, it's gonna tear away. It's gonna break away, because the spirit is going to move through it in a way that just disrupts things, because the truth must prevail with this topic at hand. People are going to have to make decisions based upon how they feel. So for all of those people saying your feelings don't matter, fuck your feelings and all that, nope. High Priestess says nope. That's not what we doing. This is divine intervention here. So be prepared. Till next time, Gemini.